Good evening and thank you for watching us. You're watching KSAT's 9 at Night. I'm Stephania Jimenez. Thank you for joining us on this Labor Day holiday. It is back to class tomorrow morning for schools in the Uvalde CISD. State troopers were out training at Uvalde schools today. 33 troopers are going to be stationed across the district this year. UCISD emailed parents specifying that none of the troopers that are going to be on campuses were at Robb Elementary the day of the shooting. Since that day, the district has worked to improve its safety and security measures, but some people in the community think that more should be done.
I would make sure they stay home and get homeschooled or do something, but not until the campuses are secure and safe should anyone, not even the teachers, be allowed to come back.
So the district updates its security efforts on its website, and as of today, it says that a communications audit has been completed at all campuses, and that includes addressing any issues with Wi-Fi, but there is still a lot of work to be done. We know that security entrances are in the works at 3 of Uvalde's 8 schools. One school, Uvalde High School, has security cameras, while fencing is almost finished at 2 schools. Now, school districts around San Antonio want to show their support for Uvalde tomorrow, so Edgewood, Northside, and Southwest are among the districts that are encouraging students and staff to wear maroon. And just this afternoon, UTSA announced that it will also participate. Now, we want to let you know that Good Morning San Antonio is going to be on the road in Uvalde tomorrow for the first day of school, and our coverage is going to start tomorrow morning bright and early at 4:30. Of course, we know that coming back to school is harder for some people than others, especially those who survived the May 24th shooting. 4th grade teacher Elsa Avila was shot while trying to protect her students, and now she says she's just not comfortable returning to any classroom.
I was in so much pain, I couldn't move, I couldn't talk, but I could hear that they were really frightened. And then the little girls that were next to me would move me and would pat me, and they would tell me, "It's going to be okay, miss, you're going to be okay, we love you." I get excited with them, and I do, you know, I want to be involved with that, but then it's like, you know, reality kicks in. It's like, okay, well, I'm not doing that this year.
Yeah, you could understand what she's saying. Avila spent weeks in the hospital recovering. By the way, she's been an educator for more than 30 years. In other news tonight, San Antonio police say a 2-year-old is among several people who were hurt by a gunshot blast this afternoon. Officers were called to an apartment on Petrenko Road near Culebra around 4 o'clock today. The 2-year-old was hit in the legs, and 2 women were grazed in the head and the arm. Police say that they're getting conflicting stories, so they're still unclear as to who fired the shot and also what led up to that shooting. Officers got a search warrant for the apartment where they think this happened, but so far they have not yet found a gun. In the meantime, they're also looking for suspects in a deadly shooting. Neighbors reported hearing multiple shots around 11 o'clock last night along Beach Trail Drive, which is on the northeast side of San Antonio near Walton Road and FM 78. 42-year-old Antonio Flake's body was found in a driveway across the street from his own house. Police found 2 different shell casings in that area. An early morning police chase ended with a big mess. Officers in Hill Country Village chased the driver along 281 until he crashed behind a Home Depot on Bitters Road. Turns out he hit a gas line. The San Antonio Fire Department, hazmat, and CPS Energy crews were called out to go and patch it up. The driver was detained at the scene, but police have not yet said why they were chasing him in the first place. Now here's a question. You recognize that man? He's wanted for armed robbery, and San Antonio police need your help to find him. These photos were taken at the Stop and Joy convenience store on Rigsby last month. That's where police say that man tried to walk out of there without paying for anything, then got in his car and pulled a gun on 2 employees who tried to confront him. Investigators say that he shot at them several times. So if you have any tips, any information on this case, call Crime Stoppers. The number's 224-STOP. And if you have any information that leads to an arrest, you could get a $5,000 reward. A woman accused of hitting an off-duty sheriff's deputy with her car says that she was in a rush to get to work. Happened near a local charter school last week. Now, the arrest warrant for Susan Rodriguez says that she was told she could not go a certain way in the drop-off line. The Zavala County deputy told her that she would have to get back in line. But Rodriguez is accused of saying, quote, "I don't have time for this," before hitting the deputy and then just taking off. The deputy was able to chase Rodriguez down and detain her, and eventually she was arrested for aggravated assault against a public servant and failure to stop and render aid. Now tonight, Rodriguez is out on bond. So tomorrow it is either back to class or work. So let's make sure that you're ready. Meteorologist Sarah Spivey has your forecast.
Well, good evening. As you're planning your day tomorrow, know that early tomorrow morning, it's actually going to feel okay outside. In fact, in parts of the hill country, temperatures will be in the 60s. Meanwhile, around San Antonio, it'll be in the low 70s, 73 degrees early tomorrow morning in San Antonio, 71 in Poteet, 71 in Seguin, and 71 in New Braunfels. But it is going to be a warm day, mostly sunny. High temperatures will quickly warm up. We'll be in the low 90s tomorrow, 93 in San Antonio, 95 New Braunfels, 94 in Seguin, and 91 in Bernie. I hope you'll stick around and tune into the Nightbeat tonight, because I've got to look ahead to your work and school week, and we'll also be talking about the hottest temperature ever recorded in San Antonio 22 years ago today. Stick around for that.
I have a hint. It's in the triple digits. All right. So we know that fall and winter are considered flu season, so now is the time to get protected. Epidemiologists at University Health say that flu cases have been down in the last 2 years, but you know why that is, right? Yeah, more people were wearing masks and social distancing throughout the pandemic. Experts are now seeing flu case numbers return to normal, though, in places like Australia. So to stay ahead of the curve, University Health and Bexar County are partnering up to offer free drive-through flu shots this month and next month. The first one is this Saturday at the Dub Ferris Athletic Complex, and these events are open to anybody 6 months and older. All you got to do is register online. So we have that link and the full list of dates for you on KSAT.com. Now it's also time for that updated COVID booster, and tonight on the Nightbeat, when and where you can get your updated booster this week. Plus, a community effort to help a family get back on their feet. The disaster that cost them their home. We know millions of Americans are headed home after the long holiday weekend. More than 6 million people have passed through TSA since Friday, and that's even higher compared to the pre-COVID Labor Day weekend of 2019. But there are more people on the roads. AAA is saying that 80% of travelers are driving instead of flying for the holiday. Gas prices, that's certainly one reason why. The national average is down to $3.78 per gallon. Now, for many, this is a day off of work and school, but let's not forget what Labor Day is actually about. It's a day to rest. It's also about honoring the people who fought for fair working conditions, and San Antonians know what that's all about. Across downtown, you could see sculptures and poetry honoring labor leaders. In fact, have you ever been to Labor Plaza? It's a public tribute that recognizes the work of leaders like Emma Tenayuca, H.S. Hank Brown, and Rebecca Flores.
San Antonio has a great labor history that no one knows. It was the building trades, the service employees, the teachers, the ones who really built San Antonio. Their sweat was in these buildings around here, and in classrooms and in hospitals.
So Labor Plaza is located off of Market Street across from the Henry B. Gonzalez Center, and the goal there is to educate and inspire visitors. Before we go tonight, speaking of something that's pretty inspirational, we want you to meet a San Antonio resident who's about to get some big recognition in New York City. Savannah Rose, that's her name. She's going to serve as a Down Syndrome ambassador in Times Square for Down Syndrome Awareness Month. This is an annual tradition for the New York City landmark to show photos of Americans with Down syndrome living their best lives. And Savannah's photo was picked, and it makes sense. She's adorable. Out of more than 2,400 entries, so that adorable grinning face is going to be on 2 jumbo screens during the event on September 17th. Congratulations to you, Savannah. You look adorable. Now that does it for us tonight here on The Night at Night. Thank you again for joining us on this Labor Day, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow night. Sleep sweet.